Good morning, Hot Tots, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna do a short Q&A, and then next Monday's video will be the setup of everything. So we're gonna start doing the 2-week challenge. If you wanna do it, you don't have to. I'm just kind of doing it, and you guys can just like follow along, you know? But this weekend, which is 4th of July weekend, I'm excited because I took off Friday, and then I have Monday off automatically because it's 4th of July. And then I took Tuesday off, which I actually have to log on for a couple hours, but it's fine. And so I really want to get everything started this weekend. I was going to wait till after July 4th, but actually I have no plans for this weekend. I don't have anything going on. My family's going to be out of town in Nashville. I'm really sad. My little sister has like a softball tournament, so they won't be here, and like I usually do a cookout with them or something. So I may do something one night, and that would be either with one of my friends or go hang at my sister's house or something. And so it'd be like more like one meal and maybe some drinks that would happen this weekend. But I want to go ahead and get started. I especially need to get started earlier because you guys will be watching a little bit behind. So like I'll probably schedule Friday, since I'm off this Friday. I'll probably go grocery shopping, record my Monday's video this Friday. So then you have that Monday, and then over the weekend, record the Thursday, you know, and keep it going. So my goals for this next 2 weeks, and possibly longer, right? But I'm just really trying to go hard for the next 2 weeks, are besides the July 4th weekend, the one day, I don't want to drink any alcohol. And I want to eat a little bit more whole foods. So not to say that I'm not going to have a salad dressing that's pre-made, or not to say, you know, I'm not saying I'm going clean eating whole foods only. I'm just doing more than I usually do. So I'm really going to try for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner to do more whole foods, where it's like 80% whole foods, 20% processed, where right now I feel like I'm like more processed than anything. And I also am going to be counting my protein and making sure I'm getting a certain amount of protein a day. I think I'm going to start at around like 110 grams of protein, 120, just because it's hard for me to get a lot of protein in. That'll still be a lot more protein than I get in now, I'll tell you that. So focusing on protein, and I'm only calorie counting for the month of July in general. So I'm doing first 2 weeks of like really trying to get in there. And then the last 2 weeks of July, I'm still just going to be calorie counting. So for the next month, I'm only going to be tracking my calories because I really want to devote 100% of my time to calorie counting on the Lose It app to see how I truly like it. I'm not going to do WW and calories. I'm just going to do calories, and also make sure I'm getting the amount of protein I want per day, like really trying to track the protein, because you can track that on the Lose It app. It's really nice. So I will kind of do a video on that, and I'll show you guys the app, like stuff like that. But just want to let you know, for the month of July, that's the situation. After July, I will assess what I want to do moving forward. And then I'll kind of like put it out to you guys. If you still want me to do Weight Watchers points and do calories, I totally can. Like I said, I get the Weight Watchers app for like $4 a month. So if I decide, I'm just going to do calories moving forward, I could still show you guys the points for WW as well, depending on how my followers feel, how you guys feel, because I love you and I care about what you feel. And if not, then, you know, I may do calorie counting for like a couple months, see how it goes. Or, you know, this could be a longer term thing. And then I could eventually go back to WW in 3 months from now. Or again, after July, I might just decide, let's just do both, so whoever's watching can get what they need. So we'll just see. We're going to see how the month of July goes, but I just want you to know, for the month of July, I will only be doing calories, only showing calories, only talking about calories, and doing like my protein. And I'll show you guys like on my app when I'm doing and stuff, because it shows carbs, protein, and fats. So anywho, let's get into the Q&A. I'm excited. I had a lot of questions, actually, new questions, so I'm really pumped about that. I'm not editing this video either. You guys said you really like the non-edited stuff, so it's easier for me, so why not? So first I'm going to do the questions that were on here, as in my YouTube channel. So it says, do you roll over points if not use? Also, do you have a go-to alcoholic drink that's decent in points? So what I would do for alcoholic beverages, I usually drink light beer. Like I love Michelob Ultra Lime. So I would drink one of those. It's like 100 calories per can. I counted that as like 3 points per can. I think it is only 3 points when you actually track it correctly. And then I love the high noons. They're like vodka sodas. They're only 100 calories. And you only need like 2 of them and you're like, woo! So sometimes I would pour one of those in with one of my seltzer waters, like one of those ice waters as well. So I have this huge drink. It would take up like this whole thing, but it's really only one vodka, like high noon, and then a big seltzer water included too. I'm not drinking that now, but wouldn't that be fun? But I would do that so like it took me longer to drink it because I just drink those things so quick. I'm like, this is why I get drunk off these things so quick, because it's so easy for me to drink these. They taste like literal water. So that slows me down. And then if I have 2 of those, it's like really feeling like I have 4 drinks because it takes so long for me to drink it. But I would do like vodka mixed drinks with like soda waters, light beers, Trulies, that kind of thing. White Claws. I don't mind White Claws. They taste fine, but like my bladder issues, I barely have them anymore. And when I drink White Claws, it really hurts me. So I don't usually drink those, but that's what I would do. And then I remember do you roll over points if not used? Yes, I would roll over the points. I always use all my weeklies and some of my fit points. Sometimes I use them all. Sometimes I don't. It depends on the week. I remember when you first started your videos, it's nice to see the return of corn. I wonder if you might consider doing a video of what I ate in a week from the beginning of your channel. It could be fun and interesting to see if eating that way again would change anything. That's a good one. That would be really fun to do. Maybe after the month of July, that could be something fun I could do. I'm just trying to change things up, and do fun stuff. So that'd be a fun little one-off video. Are there any downsides to having such a large following? I'm a huge fan, by the way. I love your content. Oh, thank you. That was Weight Watcher Wendy. I honestly don't feel like I have a huge following. It doesn't feel like that to me. It feels really intimate. So I don't mind having a bigger following. And my following is really small compared to other people's. I feel like the people who I have following me for the most part are very similar to me, or at least like very respectful, and like similar in the way that like we're respectful of each other. We maybe like don't carry the same like ideas of everything, but like we're not those people that are like, oh, you did this, so this is wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're all pretty cool, like chill in that sense. And like we're spunky, but we don't like get into people's business. And I feel like you are who you surround yourself with, and you attract your energy. And I feel like my energy is very like no BS, but also I don't take no BS, type thing. And I feel like that's how you guys are too. So for like 99.9% of it, honestly, I love it. It's totally fine. There are days where I get like comments or stuff that like honestly aren't even very mean. I don't get very mean of comments, but they're just annoying to me. Like some people will be like, oh, well, like I know you didn't want our advice, but da 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 da. And it's like not even a big deal, but I'm like, like you're like, okay, and stuff. But other than that, honestly, it rarely happens. You guys are awesome. And I literally have gotten on one hand mean comments, at least that I've seen. It's been like 5. And most of the time you guys go for them and I don't even have to say anything. Or sometimes I feel like they're not even mean, but I could be in a mood that day and like someone be like, oh, well, I think you should do this. And I bet, like I feel like I'm like, oh, I already did that, but thanks. I could be like sassy. But for the most part, I love it. I love connecting with people, and I honestly do feel like this could be like so whatever, but I honestly do feel like God made me the way I am and stuff to make people happy and to make people feel confident and to give people energy and to give people positivity and like a friend, and I'm like a stranger to no one, even in the world, like, of course, when I'm like walking by myself, I'm not like, hi to everyone, like trying to talk to everyone, but I smile at everybody and stuff. And I like to be alone. I like to go to movies alone. I like to do things alone. But like, if someone's talking to me, like, I don't feel awkward ever talking to strangers. I don't feel weird ever. I barely ever feel embarrassed. I just am like, I am who I am. I don't know what else to say, you know? But I love having this platform. I used to kind of want to do this full time eventually, but I feel like I like where it's at now, where I have this like intimate group and we all like trust and care about each other. And I don't know if I'd ever want to depend on this because I don't know if that would change things for me, you know? Anyways, went on a tangent, but no, I don't feel weird or, you know, the downsides for me are very little and very minimal. I think the only downside would be if I did get big enough to where if I wanted to apply for a job, they would find me on social media, and maybe that would like prohibit me from getting a job because they wouldn't like that I had social media. I don't know. I always think about that, but like my job now does not care. This may have been asked already, but if you weren't working in your current field or job, what kind of job would you be doing? I would love, so at first I wanted to be like a book publisher, which is why I majored in English. I minored in Italian. I minored in Italian because to have an English major, you had to have a certain amount of a language, a second language of classes done at Ohio State. That's how it worked. And I only had to take like 4 more classes and I could minor in it. So I did. And Italian, I've always been interested in Italian. I took Spanish for so long in high school, like 4 years, my 4 years in high school, that Italian's very similar. So I would mix things up all the time and they'd be like, this is Spanish. But I love Italian culture. I think it's very similar almost to like my Irish Catholic upbringing, like big families, loud, in love, passionate, hard workers, family, food, you know. And I have some of my close friends are Italian. I love their families. And so I've always wanted to visit Italy. I've always wanted to visit Europe in general. But so that's why I chose Italian. And it was fun. And I minored in it. But if I didn't do my job now, I think if I were to take a risk, it'd be like I would jump into like doing some type of more, like I would get paid a lot less. But doing like fundraising and helping, like volunteering, not just volunteering, but like working at a volunteer place or like to help with getting like different things looked at, like homeless. I'm really like passionate about the homeless population and our veterans and then animals and stuff. Like I would just love to work for like a foundation, basically, to help bring awareness to things and to help out more and, you know, do whatever I had to do for those types of causes. And then I would love to be like, if I could, I mean, I feel like that's what I do on my YouTube channel, which is why I like to do like positive, powerful, like conversations to like amp people up, make them feel empowered, make them feel good about themselves and make them like have self-confidence and self-awareness and, you know, stuff like that. I think that's what I would kind of dive into. But my job now is just, I've been in it for a while. It's very secure. I get paid great. It has great benefits. I'm able to move up. I'm able to move around. I love my company. It's like there'd be no reason to quit this job, you know? So I'm really answering these really long-winded. This is going to be the longest video ever. I do YouTube and struggle to keep up with the schedule between working nights, weekends, and doing WW. It's hard to film. How do you do it? Are you used to your schedule? Do you pre-film or do you find it hard as well? Well, right now I'm filming this the day before it airs. So it's Wednesday when I'm filming this right now. It's just, I am very consistent. That's like the type of person I am. I also like, if I commit to something, I'm one of those people like I don't mess up when it comes to like, if I commit to something, I'm going to do it and I just suck it up and do it. Like I am one of those people, like I can make an excuse or I can just do it. And I know I'm making excuses if not. So it's like, yeah, I work a full-time job and this is a full-time second job. But it's fun, you know, and there are fun parts and there are not so fun parts. Like I hate editing. I don't mind it if I have the time, but when you get off work, you're like, oh, like I just worked until it's like 6:50 right now. I worked until 6. It was a long day. I got on at 7 in the morning, been going, but it's like, this means something to me. I commit to you guys on Mondays and Thursdays. That's what I tell you. And unless I tell you ahead of time or something happens or, you know, whatever, I want to make sure to put out content. So it's just kind of like wrapping your head around. If you want to commit to it, you have to. And that's how I think I gained my following. It took a long time, but now I'm here because I was consistent and did commit to it. So How do your friends relate to your healthy way of eating? I know some family and friends tend to push foods on us without realizing. Have you changed your eating habits? Without realizing you have changed your eating habits. My friends and family have always eaten the same. Like, it's mostly like cookout. Like, my family, it's all cookout food all the time, or pizza. So for me, if I know I'm going to my dad's house, you know, I know that that's the food that's going to be there. So it's like up to me to either bring what I want to bring to eat, or to know that like that day eat a little light, and that's going to be where all my points go, because that's what they eat over there. You know, I don't expect them to make me anything special, and I don't usually like to bring over anything special for myself. Like, I've brought over like lower calorie chips before, and like a bunch of fruit and stuff like that. But usually they have fruit, veggies, as in like a veggie tray, fruit tray. And then we have like salad, but no one really eats it. And then like, we always are like, ha ha, the salad's left. But we just have a bunch of meat. It's usually like a bunch of meat, some potato salad, like some type of potato, like French fry or just potatoes. And then some sauteed onions and peppers or something. And that's it. It's pretty basic. And then chips. So when I go over there, it's pretty easy, because what I'll do is like just take a cheeseburger and just have like an actual cheeseburger with the bun, and then have like a side salad, or I'll have like veggies, fruits, a piece of steak, and like a little bit of fries, or a little bit of the potato, or whatever. Or I just eat whatever I want, because I've kind of made room for it that day, because I'm like, okay, I had my shake for the morning. I had like a salad for lunch with like no protein, because like I always forget to add protein. So like, oh, okay, if I eat 1,000 calories for dinner, it's cool because I had 300 calories today. Especially when I used to fast. And then if I go out with my friends, you know, they don't push anything on me either, but we usually go out to dinner and stuff. So it's kind of like on me to eat what I want to eat, but no one's like weird about it. What do you think about the most recent version of WW? I don't think anything different of it. I obviously feel like maybe it has changed the way I feel about WW, because I'm going to calories now. But I really don't know if this is just because I've been on WW forever or not. But it didn't really like affect me in a weird way. I didn't like think anything of it. But that could be why I'm going to calories if I like dive into it. Have you ever done low carb? Yes. You name it, you guys, I've done it. And I've lost weight on everything that I've done. But WW has been the thing I've been consistent with. I've done low carb. I've counted macros. I've had a personal trainer. I've had a nutritionist. I've had a nutritionist and personal trainer at the same time. I've done Jenny Craig. I've counted calories. I've done low carb. I did keto. I did Whole30. I've done it all. Are you house hunting again soon? No. Your girl's going to be broke here soon when I pay off my car, and then I'm going to be snowballing my student loans. So, like, we're trying to get out of all of our debt. My student loans will be the last bit of debt I have, and I'm going to try to get that paid off by, hopefully, the end of the year, or, like, a lot by the end of the year. And then I'm hoping when I get my bonus at the end of the year that I could just put that towards it, too, and I'll cry a little bit, but it'll be fine. And then I'll have to save back up for a house. But at this point, I just don't know where I want to plant my roots anymore. I moved to like the suburbs right now, you know, and I like it. But like, I don't know if I want to live here because they're building like another big company by here, and all of like the pricing, everything's going up and stuff like that. And then I don't know if I want to live closer to downtown again, because just anything that happens, everything happens downtown. So it's just like, feels like anxiety-ish. I did love where I used to live in Grandview. I could move back there, but the houses there are like $500,000 for like this little tiny home. So I don't know if I could ever buy there, but I could rent down there. But then it's like, how long do you rent? It's a big thing. Do you struggle with body dysmorphia? Any advice? I don't think I do. I think the only thing a little bit I do is like, if my body is feeling a certain way, then I feel that way. So like, for example, like a lot of you guys are like, you don't look heavy at all. Like the other day when I was like, I'm so bloated, you know? And I felt like I couldn't wear anything because I just felt so fat and bloated because my body felt bloated. And that's how I felt like a bubble. I looked in the mirror and I felt like I looked like a bubble. And you guys were like, Sophie, you look completely fine. You look great. So a little bit of that, but I think that's also like your hormones, you know, and stuff like that that's triggering you. I don't have any like true body dysmorphia stuff that I know of that I could give any advice on. How would your morning walk and routine change if you weren't work from home? Honestly, I used to walk more. Like, I walk a lot now, so I probably walk more now. But when I was in office, I walked all the time. My friend Tina and my friend Abby worked with me, and they're very active little human beings. They're like, one's 4'11" and one's 5'1". They're tiny, teeny tiny, but they're very healthy, teeny tiny. Like, they work out, they eat healthy, like all that. So it was really nice because I would eat really healthy during lunch with them because they were always eating healthy. And then we would go on walks. So like in the morning we get there, if we had a call in 15 minutes, we would go outside. We'd just go walk for the 15 minutes until the call started. After the call, if we had 20 minutes until our next one, or like we would take like 4 or 5 miniature walks during the day. And then at lunch, if we could, it wasn't every day, but we had at least 3 walks a day, 2 15-minute and then 1 half-hour. Because at our lunch break, what we would do is instead of we would eat lunch at our desk during working. So like while we're working, while we're getting stuff done. And then we would just go walk the half an hour for our lunch break. So I still walked a lot. I also randomly, even when I was in the office the last couple of days, I ate a lot of snacks, but that's because a project went live. And so they had like all these free foods and snacks everywhere, more than usual. But it's like after I'll be doing something for about like a half an hour, I'll just get myself out of my desk and take a lap around the level that I'm on. And sometimes I take a lap off around that level, go down 1 level, take 1 lap, come back up, take a lap, and then sit back down. It takes 10 minutes, but it just helps me get moving, get my head out of it for a second to get back in. So I just kind of prioritize it. And with my job, like some days I can't do that, but then some days I can, some days like I have calls that I have to talk on, but I can walk and talk. Other days I'm leading them and I'm showing an Excel sheet, stuff like that. So I can't. So, what gives you hope, sustains you, or makes you feel content? I think although like everything in the world right now feels very heavy all the time, that's why I like to watch a lot of animal rescues and stuff like on TikTok. My stream is literally like people doing amazing things for other people, animals being rescued and saved, people who do fostering for animals and for human beings, people who work to help the homeless, people to work to go to other countries. Like there's this guy, he goes to other countries and he literally raises money through his platform to help them get a home and to do all these things. And they're like always hardworking, kick-ass like human beings that just like were given nothing, It's like I watch those things because as much as people are mean, there are so many people who aren't. And also like the internet makes you feel like people are so mean and angry, but you see them in person and they're not, or they would never say what they say on the internet in person. So I just try to stay off the internet when big things are happening because I know they're happening. I do what I can on my side, but that's not, something that I can take in that energy all the time. That energy drains me and it makes me feel bad. Like, I don't like feeling like people are mad. I don't like seeing that people are being mean. I don't like feeling that energy, even though I know why. Everything's understandable for different sides and different things. Like, I understand both sides. I understand no matter what it is, I always understand this. I understand that. I get where everyone's coming from. I cannot handle that energy. I take on that energy. That's the type of person I am. And it makes me like crazy. So I just detach from that and I make sure my feeds are filled with the positive, filled with humans being great human beings. And then obviously my family is just my lifeline. I'm like so grateful for them. I'm so thankful that I have this family that is open and happy and honest and supportive and kick ass. Like, I'm just so thankful for that. So when I need grounded and I feel like the world is tripping out, I go see my family and then I'm back. Do you speak Italian? How and why? No, not anymore. I used to be able to pretty fluently. It's gone. And I explained that earlier. Biggest change since starting your journey that you see in yourself? I think maybe the biggest change for me is just that I think maybe the biggest thing would be like if someone's staring at me or something happens like that, like, or a guy is like flirting with me, before I'd kind of be like, why? Like have that little bit of an insecurity or be like, oh, he just thinks I'm funny. Now I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm hot. You know, like that's the only thing. It's funny though, because when I was heavier, I still felt confident dating and stuff. But I would say that that's the biggest thing is like if it's like I'm at the pool and someone's like looking at me, I'm not instantly thinking like, oh, they're looking at me thinking I'm fat. Whereas when I was younger, I would be like, oh, they think I'm fat. Like I'm so like, oh my God, I just need to get in a towel. Now I'm like, I could care less even if they are thinking I'm fat. I think that's like how growing up is too though. Dating, no. I'm off all of the apps. I'm over it right now. We're taking a break through the summer. We're working on ourselves and dating ourselves this summer. Have you thought about doing a weightlifting regimen to help with toning up? Yes. I already do weightlifting. I do it when I go to Orange Theory. There's about like 20 minutes of weightlifting in every Orange Theory class, sometimes more if you're doing some weights in between the rower. And then I do a full weightlifting class on Mondays. It's like the full 45 minutes is weightlifting. I also sometimes just do my free weights downstairs. I just don't show you guys the free weight stuff I do because I don't want anyone to be like, you're doing that wrong. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that. Like, I'm not a weight lifter. I'm not a personal trainer. So I don't want to show anything like, do this guys. Cause I just see all the ridicule people get for that. So I do weight training, in Orange Theory and otherwise. I used to do a huge weight training regimen with my personal trainer. And then I did the Whitney Simmons app for a while and stuff. I get very bored. So that's why like Orange Theory works better for me because I get bored and I don't like weight training. I like the way they do it in Orange Theory because it's very like quick and you go to the next thing and it's all different stuff. It's not like and again and you're doing 7 reps of this 10 times. Like it's different. So I like it. But yeah, I do weight training. Have you always lived in Ohio? Yes, I have. I would never move because my family's here. If we all moved together, I would move. But I am so attached to my family. I love them. I depend on them. They depend on me. I would never move away from my babies, my nieces. Summer specific goals. Well, okay. So like pretend, and I'm not in the 120s. We all know this. Pretend right now I'm 129.4, okay? Which, by the way, I've definitely gained weight this past week. I ate crumble cookies. I ate a lot in the office. I have not been working out for the past like 5 days. Shit's getting crazy over here, okay? We're going to get back on it. It's going to be fine. I probably gained a pound from all this shenanigans. It'll be fine. So say I'm 131.4. I want to get down to like 122, like get to the lower range of the weight that I'm in right now, because I've been trying to get into the 120s for a really long time. And I'm finally like there, but I keep, of course, like this, I'm getting messed up, getting into the early 130s or the low 130s. I want to stay in, sorry, I got low power. Stay in the 120s, but get to the low 120s by end of summer. So I'm thinking by like end of August, I would love to make sure that I'm there so that during that next season, I could hopefully get that last like 5 to 8 pounds off and then get into the 110s. I'm not in the 110s. I'm not in the 120s. You guys get it. I'm not going to tell you my weight, but whatever. Have you ever thought about liposuction or tummy tuck? I know you always say that your stomach is your issue. Would you be against that? For me personally, I lost a bunch of weight, but my skin is really tight. So for me, I think if I ever got lipo anywhere, got anything done, it would be my arms. Like I would want my arms done so bad. Like, oh God, to just like have skinny freaking arms. I would love that. But I think with this, they could do a little lipo here and then it could be like that, but they would have to do that whole cut thing. And then like, and that would, I don't want that huge scar. I would definitely do that if I had like a lot going on and it would be so worth it. I'm not against tummy tucks or lipo. I think it looks amazing. It's awesome. But for me, my stomach skin and everything is tight enough that if I lose the weight, it will tighten too. And so I would never want to like cut into my body and do that when I don't need to and when I should just lose the weight. You know, like if I were someone who was bigger and lost a bunch of weight and had that extra skin and stuff, I think it's 100% worth it if it bugs you and if it makes you feel more confident. Sorry, my arms and my neck, you know, are always messed up and tight. So I'm like trying to push it back. Anyway, so, you know, I'm not against it at all. I think Felicia Fitness like looks amazing and she totally deserved to get that 360. And I feel like too, it's like if I got a tummy tuck, it would just be in the front, I think. And then like, what about the back? Like, how does that work out? And then would I just have this huge scar on the front, but like nothing in the back? And so then my back would still have fat, but then I'd be like a little thinner in my tummy. I don't know. So for me, it's a no. Not to say never, I have no idea what will happen in the future, but like as of now, I just wouldn't want to cut into my body if I don't need to. And if I can just lose the weight by myself and tone it up and have it be tight and looking good. Job title, did you go to college for it? No, I went to college for English minor and Italian, and I now work at a bank, and I'm a commercialization specialist in the marketing team, which is just basically like go to market materials, getting things ready. And then I also like submit projects and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like a BA, like a business admin for all these different projects that go off. It's just like a lot. It's just like I'm a smorgasbord of things, you know? But anyways, that's all the questions. This is 31 minutes and 33 seconds long right now. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm really excited because Monday's going to be the video where I like go through, let me show you. I have been going through these and I'll show you guys what I was thinking, but I'm going through like the no crumbs left. It's the Whole30 endorsed. I follow her on Instagram. She's super cute. She has really good like whole food recipes, dressings and stuff. I really want to make her green goddess dressing. There's like this cheese thing. And then the True Roots, the Mindful Kitchen with Kristen Cavallari. This is gluten-free, dairy-free, no refined sugar, blah, blah, blah. So I'm really interested. She has like good desserts and stuff in here. So I'm putting together like a grocery list. We'll go through that on Monday just to kick off this situation. In later videos too, like I also really want to try like different things just to like spice it up. Like the month of July, we're doing this, right? We're doing more whole foods. We're doing all of that. I also want to try Jenny Craig again. I've never tried that when I have a good mindset. I would love to try that again. Would I like it? I don't know. It's kind of more processed. We're kind of like backtracking. I don't know if I'll do it. And then I would love to do, like you said, like, or like whoever had said this would like, that'd be so fun to do like a week's worth of recipes again, like how I did back in the day, like do a Monday and Thursday of the Monday and Thursday that I did 2-3 years ago. That would be super fun. So, you know, just fun stuff. But July, we're focusing on whole foods, calorie counting, protein. Okay. And then we're going to try to do Orange Theory twice a week minimum. And then if I don't want to do it 1 week, like I just still have to do it 8 times a month because that's what I'm paying for. And then we're still going to go on our walks and do all that stuff. But I want to every day do an hour of working out, whether that's my free weights, Orange Theory, walking, it has to be an hour of movement and stuff. Okay. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I don't have this again. Subscribe if you haven't because it really helps support my channel. I post every Monday and Thursday. Sorry if I was twitching. You guys know my neck gets jacked up when I sleep sometimes, and then I'm all twitchy and I can't stop, and I need to go back to the chiropractor. Okay, love you guys. Bye.